It is a cold and snowy day here in Western New York. Today, I am doing an over-the-air Bandscan video of all of the stations I get in Lockport, New York. First, let's start with the low VHF band. On the low VHF band, there's nothing on RF channel 2, there's nothing on RF channel 3, there's nothing on RF channel 4, but there is something on RF channel 5, WNYB, licensed out of Jamestown, New York. And this took a ginormous low VHF antenna to get this station. WNYB is the only low VHF station here in Western New York because there's nothing on RF channel 6. Now, let's move on to high VHF. All right, so on RF channel 7 in Western New York is WBBZ. It is a MeTV affiliate, which I guess it's not really an affiliate, it's more of just a station, but they broadcast MeTV in HD, 720p. And this is on RF channel 7. All right, the next RF channel number is RF channel 8. That is CFDT out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This station is broadcasting on top of the CN Tower in Toronto, Ontario. They're currently playing the Bills game, the Bills-Steelers game right now. It's a great way to watch NFL games, is to watch it off of CTV because the bitrate is so high, it looks really, really good. All right, the next RF channel number is RF channel 9. That station is WHAM out of Rochester, New York. That is their ABC affiliate with a virtual channel of 13. And it actually took quite a bit to get this station in. This required a ginormous high VHF antenna in my attic. The next RF channel is RF channel 10. Now, unfortunately, it's very difficult to get this station in here. I'm currently not getting it in right now. It usually comes in for a few hours every day with this same antenna that I get WHAM with. But unfortunately, right now, I can't show you this. And I wouldn't doubt if right now it's at 12 or 13 decibels and right at the point where it could start coming in. It's just that WHEC is so weak of a station, and especially here in Lockport where we are very much out of the coverage area, it's difficult to get in. The next RF channel number is RF channel 11. RF channel 11 is WVTT CD.
Hair to represent pet hair and longer hair like people have. We spread it out over this area of carpet and then ground it in with it.
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 12. This station is CHEXDT out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. This station is the furthest away station that I receive. I actually have a dedicated antenna just for this station. It comes in 82 miles away, line of sight on the high VHF band, and it comes in really well. It's actually a really cool station to get in just because of how far away the transmitter is from the house here.
Pack it and onto the grid.
Ideally, you want to pat it dry.
I knew it! What's the tip, Sola?
Okay, healthy tip.
Now this station also carries CKWS, which is virtual channel 30, and it's actually very strange for Canadian stations to multiplex additional channels on because of the laws that they have that prevents them from having more than one English-speaking channel in the same community of license, but they were able to get around that by asking permission from the CRTC. And they're just broadcasting another global station, which is Global Kingston as well.
Okay, so
which is, as you can see, the exact same thing. Now, local news will be different for both, so that would be the reason why you would want to watch something like this. I will say it is cool to watch the Peterborough news from time to time, and it's cool to watch the Kingston news from time to time as well.
Celery, whatever you're into.
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 13. There's actually nothing that comes in on RF channel 13, so it's the first high VHF channel that doesn't have anything here. But other than that, the entire high VHF band is being used. All right, now on to the UHF band, starting with RF channel 14, which here is Yes TV, or CITS, out of Hamilton, Ontario.
To see if the money came.
Didn't have it. So, I mean, I felt like
so
I didn't need
just say that. Don't say that
But
you
I
don't
felt
owe
like
her
I
money
didn't need-
because...
Next is RF channel 15, which there are 2 stations broadcasting on. One is WBNF CD, licensed out of Buffalo, New York, broadcasting out of Grand Island, and the other is CHCH DT, broadcasting out of Hamilton, Ontario. Now, both of these stations are operating on RF channel 15. Unfortunately, CHCH just moved sites, and because there's so much co-channel interference from these 2 stations broadcasting, I'm unable to get good reception of CHCH right now. I'm still trying to move my antennas around to try to perfectly lock it in. I'm able to get some of the signal. I'm still trying to get some more. So I'll show you WBNF CD on RF channel 15. All right, the next RF channel is RF channel 16. And RF channel 16 in Western New York is WNY TV, which is the ATSC 3.0 lighthouse in Western New York.
Down at some point, and if you call Car Shield before it does, you don't have to worry about paying those expensive bills. How about that? You also get an expert to fix your car.
Okay, the next RF channel is RF channel 17, which is global out of Toronto, or CIII 41DT. This is broadcasting on top of the CN Tower in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Fun. That is the soundtrack of my life.
Fun.
And I find when we have these big sleepovers, which happen all the time at my house.
Okay, the next channel is CITY-DT, also broadcasting on top of the CN Tower in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And this is a city TV station.
Right connection, and people had come to me about it over the years. I'm like, it's not the right time. It's not the right time. Well, I ended up being able to do it, and it's in his name, and
And as you can see, these Toronto stations only have one virtual channel, so they are taking up the entire 6 megahertz band with MPEG-2 HD video. So as you can see, this city TV station is around 16 to 18,000 kilobits per second, or 16 to 18 megabits per second, which is really high quality for MPEG-2 video. All right, the next station is also out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is CICA-DT. This station is TV Ontario. You can think about TV Ontario as being the province of Ontario, Canada's equivalent of PBS. All right, the next RF channel number, RF channel 20. There are 2 stations that I could receive on RF channel 20. One of them is WWHC LD, broadcasting out of Buffalo, New York. The other one is CBLT DT, broadcasting off of the CN Tower in downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I'm going to show you guys the CBLT station out of Toronto, because at my location here, the Toronto station is coming in so strong that I can't even get WWHC. That station I can get just about a mile south of here at another decoder station in the hamlet of Shooktown.
There's just something about this that's making me feel uneasy. William may be experiencing symptoms.
This station is coming in extremely weak compared to the other stations at only 68%. And that's because of all of the co-channel interference from WWHC-LD that is currently raising the noise floor. The next RF channel number, RF channel 21, is out of Rochester, New York. This station is WROC.
forecasting that this was going to be a really tight division. I was even including the Jets. And if you were to go back to the preseason predictions, a lot of people had the...
All right, the next RF channel number, RF channel 22, is WXXI TV out of Rochester as well.
With their ears back and heads bobbing.
So this is the PBS affiliate out of Rochester, New York.
Few hyenas that ranks higher than them.
All right, the next RF channel number, RF channel 23, is WBXZ LD, broadcasting out of Buffalo, New York, with the virtual channel number 56. Now, unfortunately, this station was bought up by Bridge News, and so if I were to tap into 56.1, which is supposed to be cozy, it'll come up with just a black screen. And I can show you right now that they are just literally broadcasting 128 kilobits per second of standard definition MPEG-2 video, which is just coming across as a black screen. There's nothing that they're broadcasting right now on that channel. The same holds true for a bunch of other ones. I know some of these do work. SBN right now on this station is literally just a no signal. So whatever feed they're getting it from, they either unplugged it or they're no longer receiving it from SBN. So that one is also not working. A couple of them, like Buzzer, as you can see here, are working still. This station is going to become a Newsnet affiliate. So they're just slowly taking these off. There's nothing Newsnet related right now. But they're just slowly letting all of their channels die down. And then once all of the contracts expire, they're going to be transitioning completely over to Newsnet and sports news highlights. All right, the next RF channel number, which is RF channel 24, is WPXJ, licensed out of Batavia, New York. All right, the next RF channel number is RF channel 25, which for us here is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is another station that is broadcasting on top of the CN Tower. And this station is CBLFT-DT, a CBC Tele station broadcasting French programming.
Nous avons nos victimes, alors trouvons des suspects.
23 suspects, c'est beaucoup. Combien de temps vous allez mettre avec le lieutenant Bell pour tous les interroger?
Moins de temps que...
Okay, the next RF channel is RF channel 26. RF channel 26 is an Omni station out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is CJMT-DT, which is virtual channel 40.
That the global world has essentially turned a blind eye to.
I want the message that everyone takes away from this to be that while we have been protesting and marching and demanding more of our...
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 27. And just like with RF channel 15 and RF channel 20, there are multiple stations that are broadcasting on RF channel 27. One of them is CIII-27DT out of Peterborough, Ontario. And by the way, look at how big this coverage area is for this station. It is crazy. People in Niagara Falls can receive this station, and then people all the way past Rochester can also receive this station. And it basically covers all of Lake Ontario, which is really cool if you are out on a boat. Look at this. The entire lake is pretty much covered all the way from Toronto to Kingston with this station. Now, unfortunately, this station is going to be off the air soon because Global is shutting down a bunch of their sites across the country of Canada. And this was one of the sites marked to be shut down. And they are supposed to be multiplexing this station onto CHEX-DT on RF channel 12 that I had shown earlier. Now, the other station on the air on RF channel 27 is the WNYB digital replacement translator that just got on the air in Grand Island, New York. And since this station is so strong in this area, I'm unable to show you CIII 27DT because this station is raising the noise floor so much. And WNYB, of course, is the station that is on RF Channel 5, broadcasting out of the southern tier in Western New York. They actually got a payout to move to low VHF. And then a bunch of people complained that they couldn't get their programming, so they ended up asking the FCC for a DRT, which they were granted to build, and this is it.
Grateful for those who have supported us to be able to bring this show. You can do that.
All right, the next RF channel number is RF channel 28. There are also multiple channels on RF channel 28 here in Western New York. One of them is WUHF out of Rochester, New York. And another one is VBA 257 out of Toronto, Ontario, which is the test ATSC 3.0 transmission from Humber College. Now, there's also WJET TV down in Erie, Pennsylvania. That one can only be received in parts of downtown Buffalo and then towards the coast of Chautauqua County. I can't really receive it here in Niagara County except for Trapo events. So really, the two stations that I'm referring to are WUHF and VBA 257. When VBA 257 was prioritizing robustness, I was able to get the station in a lot better. Now, unfortunately, I'm unable to get it just because the single frequency network that makes up VBA 257 isn't that strong to begin with. But I am just barely able to get WUHF. And keep in mind, because both of these transmissions are ATSC 3.0, I can receive the L1 signaling and bootstrap from both of these stations. Yeah, I am just barely unable to receive the lowest PLP from... Oh, here we go. Yep, so as you can see, it's barely coming in right now. By the way, all of these stations that I've shown so far come in every single day without Trapo. And that includes this one. It comes in right at the digital cliff like this every single day. None of these stations depicted in this video are only able to come in with Trapo help. And I know this because I can monitor it with the Rabbit Ears Live Bandscan. And you're welcome to also monitor my reception of these stations as well at trapo.wnyovertheair.com.
These guys are pace to do that now, but defensively, they've got...
So I am just barely getting in PLP 0 right now. As you can see, WUHF is way weaker of a signal compared to WROC and WXXI, which is why I'm having such a hard time right now getting it in. Okay, the next RF channel number, RF channel 29, also has multiple stations. There's two stations. The first one is CHEX2 out of Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. The second one is CKVP-DT out of Fonthill, Ontario, Canada, which is in the town of Pelham. I've actually visited that transmitter site before. Unfortunately, CKVP-DT is currently at a reduced power because of some damage. If that wasn't the case, I'd be showing you both right now, but right now, because it's at an extremely reduced power, I can only show you CHEX2. So this is Global Durham out of Oshawa, Ontario, Canada.
Whatever your plumbing need is, you want the job done right. Contact Ferrari Brothers Plumbing and let us flush your worries down the drain.
There's danger around every corner of this job.
Hellfire's coming to you!
You run into fires like a superhero. I'm here to save as many lives as possible. Fire Country, new season Friday, February 16th on Globe.
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 30. This one is being broadcast out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. As you can see, there's quite a few stations broadcasting out of Toronto that we get here. That station is CFMT-DT, another Omni station, with a virtual channel number of 47. Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 31. This one is WNED, which is Buffalo's PBS affiliate.
Travelers experience a land of contrasts. Its lively capital has a modern bustle. Its mammoth palace recalls a horrible dictator.
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 32. This one is WUTV, which is Buffalo's Fox affiliate. This is Fox 29 Buffalo.
25 from the three-point arc. You can't win road games like that.
Meanwhile, Terrence Williams II was knocking it down from Trey.
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 33. RF channel 33 is WGRZ, which is Buffalo's NBC affiliate, which is virtual channel 2.
Congratulate all the nominees and wish them the best of luck. Yeah, I thought we'd have a little fun with it today. Okay, so...
Okay, the next RF channel number is RF channel 34. This is Buffalo's ABC affiliate, WKBW. The next RF channel number is RF channel 35. This station is CHCJ, which is out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. This is a CTV2 affiliate. It is a rebroadcaster station in Hamilton for CKVR DT, which is broadcasting out of Barrie, Ontario. And since CKVP is not on the air right now, I use this as my CTV2 station to watch CTV2 programming. So CTV2 is actually a really cool station because they broadcast all of the exclusive Amazon Prime NFL games and Peacock exclusive games. So I know that I'll never need to get a Peacock subscription or an Amazon Prime subscription to watch any NFL games that I want to watch that are exclusive to those outlets. They will just play it here on CTV2. I'm watching this Amazon Prime exclusive NFL game and I haven't paid anything. And no, I'm not using an illegal pirate site. I live by the Canadian border, and since CTV2 broadcasts nearly all Amazon Prime exclusive games over the air, I'm able to use an antenna and watch the games for free. All right, and the last RF channel number is RF channel 36. This is Buffalo's CBS affiliate and CW affiliate. So it's a channel share with WNLO and WIVB. I'll show you both of those right now.
The defense had some problems, as you talked about, Bill, but the Green Bay offense was terrific.
All right, and then the CW is virtual channel 23, which is WNLO. And again, this is a channel share on RF channel 36.
Let's meet Freddie and Ashley from Team Jody. I'm Freddie.
And I'm Ashley.
Alright, so that wraps up the Bandscan video. As you can see, Western New York gets a lot of Canadian channels and a lot of co-channel interference. Let me know down in the comment section below if you like this style of video, and thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing and liking the video. Follow Western New York Over the Air on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at WNY Over the Air. Like Western New York Over the Air on Facebook at facebook.com/WNY Over the Air. Support the channel on Patreon at patreon.com/WNY Over the Air. And check out WNYOvertheair.com for live band scans, cord cutting tips, and much more.